The big game, the Atlanta and New Orleans game.
Nope, I'm going to predict a 6-3 score.
6-3 final score.
Julio's going to keep his touchdown streak alive.
Take the under.
3 games now. So we'll keep it going.
He said touchdowns in 2 straight. No, he didn't.
Last week was third. Last week was third, I think.
Wow. Okay, so he did score. He did score 1 last week. I didn't think he did. Okay, so it's in New Orleans. I don't know how much the Saints are favored by. I'm guessing they're probably favored by maybe 3-4 points, maybe 4.5. I don't have it in front of me, but do you see the Falcons keeping up? We'll start with Ian. Do you see the Falcons keeping up with the Saints here?
I could see a possible letdown game for New Orleans, but I'm gonna say no. That they're gonna steamroll the Falcons.
You think so, eh?
I think it's possible that because they've blown out 2 teams in a row, but I don't know. I'm going to say that especially at home, they're gonna play well. I think they're gonna run the ball too.
I'm surprised to actually tell you guys. If I just checked the line, it's the Saints by 13, which is crazy.
Oh wow,
that's a little high. No?
I guess 9-1 versus 4-6.
Yeah, I would take the points, man. I would take the Falcons in this game to cover that spread.
I think that's a safe bet. Yeah.
What's their road record though? They're historically a bad road team, aren't they?
They are, but they're in a dome and their division. Their division.
True.
Division games always end up being a little bit closer than that too.
The Saints their defense hasn't shown a ton. I mean, they did do well against Wentz last week, so I'll give them that. But teams have scored points against New Orleans this year, so I still have a feeling Ryan will get his, Julio will get his. I think the passing game will be good.
I hope so. I'm hoping for another, I guess, a repeat of Monday night. It'd be nice to see a shootout.
Well, yeah, the over-under in this game is 60.5. So the over-under in the game on Monday was 63.5. So they're definitely counting on fireworks here. So, would you give Breeze the MVP? Ian, who would you vote for MVP right now?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. And why over Breeze?
This is a historical season that no one's ever done before. You don't just turn a blind eye to that because Drew Brees is 37 and doing something amazing. But Patrick Mahomes, no one's ever seen it. It's like not giving the Rookie of the Year to Connor McDavid or the MVP to Connor McDavid. It's like this guy's above everybody else right now. You got to recognize it.
Corey, would you give Mahomes MVP over Breeze?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the other guys are having great seasons. Breeze is doing great things at 39. But, I mean, Mahomes, they're putting up graphics on TV on Monday night of him being compared with Peyton and Brady in their historic seasons. And Mahomes is right there with them. So I don't see how you cannot give him the MVP at that point.
Yeah, and he's only played 12 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love him. I want to have his child.
I was telling one of you guys that I used to own Patrick Mahomes' father when I played fantasy baseball.
I'm glad you said baseball after that.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, no, I remember I played fantasy baseball. I had his father on one of my teams. I remember he was a great pitcher too. I used to have his baseball card. I remember. But I guess you got to give it to Mahomes. I guess Mahomes is more valuable to his team than Breeze. It's not that Breeze.
No, I disagree. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too.
I think.
Isn't that what MVP is all about?
No, it's the best player.
Yeah, people play with the word valuable. I think. I would say Breeze and Gurley are more valuable to their team than Mahomes, just because of all the weapons Mahomes has. But I think Mahomes is taking the weapons and he's really kind of showing them off more than anybody else. Breeze tends to rely on Michael Thomas quite a bit. And when you have Kamara to do what he can do in the backfield, it kind of opens things up for him. And I think Breeze's track record works against him. People kind of expect this from him almost. Whereas Mahomes has that wow factor that might give him the edge a bit.
Nice.
I'd even say that Breeze has better weapons than Mahomes does. And look at Alex Smith and the Kansas City Chiefs last year, and look at the Kansas City Chiefs, same team this year. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so entertaining to watch. I don't remember. I mean, it's like the greatest show on turf again, I guess. For the
I know, but with a guy that's not like old, white, and barely can move.
yeah, this is the legitimate greatest show ever.
It's like watching Jordan like start his career in football.
So what if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year? Mahomes gets MVP. I mean, can he just get the gold jacket and retire?
I think he puts ketchup on that trophy and like walks away.
We had to have a ketchup reference on the show.
So look, I'm gonna put this this little portion up for tomorrow. Any Thanksgiving surprises? Anyone want to make a prediction from the 3 games? Detroit playing Chicago, Washington is playing Dallas. Any fantasy or just general predictions tomorrow? Any surprises? Corey, anything?
No, I can see Atlanta maybe upsetting New Orleans.
Okay.
Just like we were talking before, it might be nice for New Orleans to get a little bit of a shock going into the latter part of the season.
Okay.
And if anything, a division rival might be able to do it.
Dallas, an easy victory over Washington after last week's traumatic events in Washington.
Yeah,
I think Colt McCoy shocks the Dallas Cowboys, and Detroit fans remember they have nothing to be thankful for.
I like the call. Did you guys know? I heard this today that the Joe Theismann injury. Not only we all know it was 33 years ago to that day, but it was the same final score in both games.
That I didn't know.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they said it was the same final score in both games, which is pretty crazy. So I like the Colt McCoy call. I like it. It's going to be tough. They're in Dallas, but he's got nothing.
I just hate Alex Smith so much that I think anyone that can throw more than 7 yards at a time is going to have a go at the Cowboys.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say I feel Kenny Golladay will have a big game tomorrow. No Marvin Jones, no Kerryon Johnson. I like Galladay's based on volume. I like his activity tomorrow. So if I could give you guys, I give you last call here. We'll say the top. If you could build a fantasy team for tomorrow, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, and 3 receivers from all 3 games. I'll start. I will start and say I would take Drew Brees at quarterback. I would take Kenny Golladay. I guess it'd be easy to say Kenny Golladay and Julio, but I would say Kenny Golladay, and I'll do a bold call. I will say Cole Beasley, and then maybe Tevin Coleman and Jordan Howard, something like that.
Give me. I like Brees. I think he's the top
quarterback of the 6 teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me Julio, Amari Cooper, and Michael Thomas.
Nice.
With Zeke and Kamara.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like his choice. I go with his as well.
That's a good squad. I would
Kamara and Thomas and Jones. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so Colt McCoy in the second game.
Colt McCoy's my sleeper.
Who's gonna emerge from the Lions-Bears game? Corey, we'll start with you.
As a team or as a fantasy player?
Fantasy.
I don't know, man. It's the Bears love Tariq Cohen. So as much as Jordan Howard could do some damage, I think Tariq Cohen goes off too.
Okay.
I like
that game.
Cohen and Golladay. I like the Golladay call.
Cohen and Golladay. Ian, who are your 2 fantasy stars from the early game, or 1 fantasy star?
Is Ditka starting for the Bears? Who's their quarterback tomorrow?
If he is, give me Jordan Howard.
Yeah, I gave you Jordan Howard.
You did, and I gave him away.
Who's the quarterback tomorrow for the Bears?
It's Chase Daniels.
It is Chase Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Lions.
That's a good call. Nice, man. Well, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I wish you guys good luck in your matchup this week. I don't know which one of you wants to lose more than the other before the playoff starts. So, Ian, you got to break that streak at some point.
Yeah. I might start some people off the wire.
I'm definitely thankful to be playing Ian on a week where Mahomes is a bye, so that helps me a bit.
Well, I would start Wentz on you though, buddy.
Yeah, he didn't look good last week, so we'll see.